Okay, part two, and I'm not playing around either. I ended up getting out my digital camera. I'm not going to mess with my cell phone anymore, at least not for today. But anyway, the reason why, that's one of the reasons why I think the community got involved in it. It was because it was racially charged. The employers got involved in it, I believe, also because of their racial bias, and also just because they thought, because this was coming from a family issue, that my family had some sort of right, or that it was, they thought that these people had some sort of legal authority over me. They don't. Okay, they don't have any authority over me. And so, that's why I'm basically saying there's a lot of ignorance. Now, when I say ignorance, I'm not trying to offend anybody, okay? There are certain things I'm ignorant of, okay? Like, for example, physics, okay? I can say I'm ignorant when it comes to that. That's not a slap in the face. It's basically saying, I don't know. I know a little bit about it, but not enough. Believe me, not enough, okay? So I have no knowledge, really, no strong knowledge of it. And so I think Bakersfield has been like that in the past. It really has been. And so this is what fuels it. Instead of getting to know me as a person, it's just basically a part of the, herd mentality, and Maria's a terrible person because she did this and this and this and this. There are a lot of people who have committed severe crimes, okay, in this community, and they have been treated with far more respect. Seriously. So I've done nothing wrong, and my apologies are to Joel. You know what I mean? I never meant to hurt him or anything like that, but it was just one of those things, But at the same time, I would say that I can't sit here and excuse the fact that he was an asshole to my son, that he would throw temper tantrums, that he really, to me, is a very, very creepy guy, period, okay? So I'm not trying to shuck the blame. I take responsibility for what I've done. But at the same time, hey, I can't sit here and say that he's an angel either. So it is what it is. But regardless of the fact, my family had no right to take any control over my life, nor did Joel's family. And these employers are extremely gullible to think that. And I'm hoping that people will stop doing this to women, because it is a woman's issue. When I went to this metaphysical store, which just happens to be right around the corner for me, a few years ago, I want to say it was 2013. I went one time, and I was really pissed off. It was like one of those seance type things. And I guess people in the community, they knew what was going on, and I was really angry. I didn't talk too much about it, but this lady said, I said it was a racial issue, and she said, don't make it a racial issue, make it a woman's issue. And I kept thinking, why would I make it a woman's issue? Now, I'm starting to see that it kind of is a woman's issue, because you have these catty bitches sitting here picking up on my hair and thinking that, what is the issue? And also it's a women's issue because a family member is trying to dominate and restrict a woman. It is a woman's issue, okay? It is very much a woman's issue. And so, there's a lot of ideas out there that think people, and this is an ignorant thing, it's ignorance on not just people in Bakersfield, but a lot of people, okay? A lot of people think, well, they're married, or that's her mom, or that's her brother, or that's her older sister, and she's just trying to help, or whatever. It's still wrong, okay? If no one consented to it, it is wrong. Nobody has the right to have any sort of control over a person, period. You know what I mean? Now, I think this is a pretty good community. I would still say that Bakersfield has improved over the years. It really has. Because when I first got here, I was kind of shocked at some of the things that people would say. But it has. I mean, it has grown in knowledge, slowly but surely. I really have noticed that. And I'm not just saying it, it's true. I mean, I can really see that there has been a significant change in this town. But at the same time, people need to understand that certain things should not take place, okay? Holding a woman against her will, is wrong. It's wrong, okay? And preventing a woman from movement, blocking her, or making her subjective to her husband is wrong, okay? Now, I know that, the Bible talks about a woman supposed to, respect her husband and these sort of things, but there are some people who use that as a form of abuse. And in order for a woman to respect a man, he has to behave in a way that is respectable. Okay? And what I believe is that's not respectable. Any man who wants something from a woman should come to her directly and say, you know what, I don't like this, this, and this. If Joel had an issue with me wearing the wigs to work, then that's something he should have said. You know, I remember when I first got back to Bakersfield, that was the year that I shaved my head, okay? And I told my kid I had to take the braids out, and I couldn't, like, I didn't have time to have somebody take all the braids out, and it was like a really tedious task, okay? Because braids are long, you know, it's a long process, okay? And so I said, you know, screw it. I'm just going to get rid of all of it. And he sat there and he helped me cut my hair, okay? And so he knew that I was wearing the wig. So, and he knew why. You know what I mean? So why is it, does he let his mother rule him? Does he let his mother tell him what to do? And if that's the kind of man he is, the fuck who needs somebody like that? I don't need some weak-ass punk like that. I don't want it. You know, among other things why I don't want Joel. But, yeah, I mean, open your eyes, people, okay? There's a lot of animalistic behavior that goes on that is very damaging to women, okay? And this is one of them, you know? So, anyway, I implore, you know, my past employers to clear this up. They have been seriously duped, and hopefully they have learned their lesson to not get involved with what you call family issues, because these are the kind of issues that can get you into trouble. They really can, you know. So anyway, yeah, these people owe me millions of dollars. I should be suing for millions of dollars. I really should. You know, and if there was a lawyer that could take my case, I would certainly try to pursue it. Why? Because I deserve that sort of compensation. I deserve it. Okay? It was completely unjustified. The only thing that fueled it was racism on their part, and then the ignorance thinking that they had the right to do it because these are my so-called family. God, that's the worst fucking family anybody could ever have. Okay? So seriously, people, you know. I mean, no offense to Bakersfield, like I said. You know, what I like about Bakersfield, I do like the history of it. There's a lot of beautiful architecture, especially downtown. It has an interesting history to it. I mean, it really does, you know. You know, what I had to experience, I think, was just over the top and ridiculous. I really do think so, you know. And I'm not saying go ahead and turn against Polly or any of these people, but, I mean, I would say, compared to her, I'm a very respectable person. You know what I mean? She can hide behind Christianity. She can say that she's this, that, and the other thing. It doesn't matter. Your actions are what makes the difference. And these actions are very contrary to what Jesus Christ would do. And I'm not trying to hold myself up like I'm an example or that I'm just as good as Jesus Christ, because I would dare not say something like that for fear of being struck down by lightning, okay? But I will say that, you know, compare it, okay? And based on what the human scale is, okay, I would say that my morals are far more superior than hers, okay? As a human, okay? I'm only human, people. So anyway, wrapping up this video. Be back with another one later. Sometime, who knows, whatever. There's a lot going through my mind right now. A lot, okay? So I'm trying to put pieces together. And this is what I've come up with, okay? I think this whole thing was ridiculous. And for me, for Joel to know what his family did and not say anything to me, it is completely unforgivable. No, absolutely not. And I would never go back to somebody who keeps those kind of secrets to keep me down, to oppress me, or treat me like I'm some sort of, you know, property, to where he could sit here and manipulate my life like that. Those are my skills. Those are my talents. That's my work I put into it. It is wrong to do that. And yeah, she was right. It is a woman's issue. Wrapping up this video. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.